Coming up on the next episode. Good Friday morning to you all, YouTube. I know I've made a Friday flat video yesterday and posted that, but I thought I would get back in here. As I told you in the video, I was going to be doing some cleaning in here, and I have done some sufficient cleaning to get some work done on this Eico FM tuner. I think you can see that I have basically got all of these, all of the filter cap wired in now and soldered in. It is correct according to the schematic and the pictorials on the diagrams there in the manual, and so that's good. I did have to run a separate ground wire from here to this tube ground over here, which it's hard to see. I think you can see. There you go, right there. And that's the way I did that. Instead of trying to solder to this chassis is, you can see it's dirty under here. Not dirty, but I tried to scrape it with the screwdriver to make a clean spot to do it, but solder wouldn't take. I think there's a little bit of aluminum in this chassis as well. Even if not, there's some coating or something on it, and it makes it difficult to solder to, or solder to stick to, I should say. But anyway, that's what I'm looking at right now. I think the next thing I'm going to try to tackle here is over here. This area here, which is the audio out, I believe. And I've got the wire for the, right there sticking up. That's the ground wire that's going to go there. Then there's a little loop wire goes over to the other connectors. Two connectors on this. I think one's a high level and one's a low level, I think is the way it works. But I got to put that back in, and that's over here in this little parts bin. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's right there, I think. Either that's the screws. I can't tell which is which. But anyway, there's one for the screw terminals for the antenna as well. So so there you go. That's a quick look at where I'm at with the Eico. And I have been working on it, as you can see. And so, like I say, progress is being made. I had thought about, and I may still do this, but I had thought about doing some voltage checks now as it is, being as this is all wired in. But, you know, then again, I got to thinking, if I don't go ahead and finish the wiring, I don't think I'm going to be able to, these things are kind of going out to nowhere, and I don't like doing that with wires. I don't know where they go and things like that, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just finish wiring it up, because there's really not that much more to do, I don't think. And so, like I said, I didn't take a lot of the stuff off, just enough to clean the chassis, and so that's that. The hardest part is going to be getting this tuner part back in, the RF section of the tuner, and getting all that back together, and then getting the flywheel and tuning dial, etc. on as well. That will be a difficult part, but I don't think it'll be too bad. We'll see. And I'm not going to buy a display pointer tube for this until I'm completely done with it and make sure everything works, because it's just, those are kind of expensive, and I would rather not have to do it if I didn't have to, because like I said, it just this thing, as far as I know, this has never ever been hooked up with that. You guys may recall this dial plate facing, or the clear part, the dial that has the numbers on it, things like that, had a backing on it. There was no way anything could get through that, and there was obviously no dial pointer with the kit, or with this part of it anyway. And so I don't know if they didn't get that pointer or what, and they just never bothered to take that backing off, or what the case was. But anyway, I did take the backing off, so that's, and cleaned that dial face off, and plastic part, and got that all ready to go. And like I said, I've got to get the dial pointer eventually, and the little exclamation point, and that should be interesting. So, alright, that's going to do me for right now. I'll bring you back when I have some more done, so stay tuned. Alright, back with you once again. It is now 12:28 in the afternoon on this Friday. Here with you at the bench Back on this Eico once more. I got a little problem that I ran into, but I'm going to show you what I did first. No problem with what I did. This these jacks here, I put those on as I said I was going to. One is a, I think it's attenuated or something. I'm not really sure. One's got a capacitor going to it, and I think you can see it here. This is a 0.25 microfarad cap going here, and then this is a straight in shot right here. I don't know if it's the same input. I haven't traced out the schematic, but I do notice that's a difference. So there's some difference in the levels here. I'm sure. I don't know exactly what, but I did get the ground wire hooked in. That was already on. These 4 nuts weren't that hard to get. You take a pair of these hemostats or something like that to hold the nut while you start the screw. It's not that bad. I thought they would be, but they weren't bad. That was no problem. Got that in, no problem. So I decided to go on over here to this device here. This is the again the RF tuning section. I keep saying that right now this time. I finally got that through my head. This is RF, not FM. I mean, the whole thing is FM, but so I've got that mounted in there. It takes 4 standoffs. They're hollow standoffs like that, and the long screw goes from the top down to here on four corners there. That's in, no problem. I noticed when I, you know, had been looking at this, there was 2 resistors on here, soldered here to this point here, and one was a 10K, and it's a 1 watt, and you can see that right there. The other one was supposed to be exactly the same thing, but you can clearly see there that is not marked 10K. And in fact, when I measured this, it is completely open. So there is a problem with this one here. There it is. So I'm going to order 2 new ones and get those coming in, because I got to have those. They attach to these points here, and that's another thing I've got to do. I'm going to show you where it looks like on the pictorial and the schematic. And you can see on the schematic, if you look at it, they're clearly 10K 1 watt resistors, and they're marked on the schematic. And if you look at the pictorial, it says exactly the same thing, 10K. It doesn't give the wattage, but it does say 10K. So obviously this one either was wrong from the beginning, which would explain if it is exactly what it's marked. That's 1 ohm. I believe is what that was supposed to be, and you can look at it. It's kind of cracked a little bit there, and I don't know if it's. I think it probably would have went up in smoke pretty quick if it was a 1 ohm compared to a 10K. I believe so. That's either here or there or whatever. And there also on the pictorial shows 2 wires going to this here, but I only saw 1. So that's I'm not really sure about that. Now this is the actual RF from the tuner section going to the IF sections. It's coax. So I've got that goes. One of them goes here, and I think the other one maybe go here or over here. I'm not really sure, but I've got to figure that out as well. But so that's as far as I can get right now until I get my resistors in, and I'm going to say, like I say, go through the instructions, make sure that I understand completely how this is supposed to be wired up. If you look at the pictorial there, you see the numbers don't really correspond to how you would think they'd be. You'd think they'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, but according to that pictorial, they're not. So I don't really know if that's the case or not, but I am going to go ahead and triple check, double check, make sure, because something caused this. Well, I mean, besides being the wrong value, caused that resistor to burn out really quick. And it obviously didn't hinder the operation, I don't think, because it did work. So, kind of strange there, I guess, but it is what it is. So, all right, like I say, that's it for now. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. This is going to be a short update if I do this, but I may go ahead and post this and let you see what I've done and how far I've gotten. Like I say, I haven't got this tight. I just got it loosely screwed in there and finger tight basically. I wanted to make sure everything was correct before I actually tightened it down. The jacks that I put in are tight now. I tightened those down. So everything is going as well as can be expected, I guess, besides that resistor. And again, it may be a matter of, this may be a confusing point. It could have been, I think, pretty sure these were soldered to the two middle terminals, I believe. I'm not really sure, but I think they were. And I think there was something soldered to all four of these. But like I said, I only saw one wire going to them, so I don't know where the other wire went. So I've got to figure that out, and we'll go from there. But until we do, you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.